I think working on yourself gives you a second chance at life, a chance to kind of evaluate where you are and how you want things to be different going forward. It might be hard to make the changes you want to make in your life, but I promise you that it's worth it and it's possible. I feel like a lot of us are just kind of going through our lives in survival mode, just doing what you got to do to get by, maybe accepting things that you don't deserve, or thinking that life has to just be the way it is, and that's just what it is. Kind of being held back by certain patterns or ways of thinking. And I feel like for the past few years, that was totally me. Like, I wasn't very happy. I was pretty insecure. Wasn't really taking risks or doing things that I should have been doing to kind of get myself out of situations that were making me miserable. And it kind of just felt like other people's opinions or behaviors were sort of ruining my life. But once you can kind of see through your own BS and consciously decide that what's happening to you or who you've been in the past can just stay in the past, things really do start to change. Life isn't just what's happening to you. You're in the driver's seat and you can make changes if you want things to be different. I think the way that you think about your life is so powerful, and I think that it's easy to cling to hard things that have happened to you in your life and feel like that's who you are or that's how your life always has to be. And that's why I'm so passionate that you have to actively change the way you think about things if you want to free yourself from the hold that they have over you. And once you can get to that place, everything about life transforms. But it takes a lot of self-awareness and reflection to get there, and a lot of rewiring of old patterns of thinking. And it's really uncomfortable at first, but definitely necessary if you want to get to a place where you're happier with yourself and with your life. I think we often see ourselves through a very biased lens. I'm always in the right. I always have good intentions. We kind of justify our actions because we understand our reasoning for things, even when those actions aren't helping us grow. And we definitely understand ourselves and how we act more than anyone else in the world, but that doesn't mean we're always right. I think all of us have work to do on ourselves, and humbling yourself to see where you maybe have room to grow is important if you want anything about your life to change. I think growth starts the moment that you're really honest with yourself. And at least for me, the key to feeling better about yourself and your life is shifting the focus from changing other people to changing yourself. Not like in an I don't care about other people kind of way, but more from the perspective of like, you can't change other people's thoughts or their opinions or actions, no matter how much you try or how much you want to. But you can change your own, and that's going to save you a lot of energy and heartache if you can do that. It's energy you can put towards building something better for yourself and your life instead of fighting against what you can't control. Another thing to think about when you're trying to make changes positively in your own life is accountability. I think it's really important when you're trying to make changes. You have to stop breaking your promises to yourself, and you have to build trust with yourself again that you're going to do what you say you're going to do, because self-trust is the foundation for any real change that you want to happen. If you can't commit to the action required to do something differently, nothing will ever change. I think you can be really self-aware and you can identify what needs to change in your life, but if you're not making action towards that change, nothing's going to get better. Complaining that you hate your job isn't going to change anything for your job situation. Taking action towards finding a career or position that you actually like will. I think a lot of us, when we feel maybe dissatisfied with the way our lives are or the way that we are, we're really just searching for some greater meaning in our lives. And a lot of us feel directionless or are kind of trying to search for purpose. And maybe you'll get to a place where you feel that purpose, maybe not. But I feel like when I let go of that a little bit and just focused on creating a life where I was happy and actively trying every day to be kinder, to be more positive, just to be a better person, that changed my life more than anything else ever has. There are unpredictable things that happen in your life. That's just kind of how it goes. Sometimes terrible things happen that you could never have seen coming. But I think the same is true for good things too. There will be experiences and people and phases of your life that you never expected that turn out to be really incredible. But I think it's up to you to notice them and to create more opportunities for good things to find you. And that all starts with looking inward and creating a life for yourself and an internal environment that you actually want to wake up to.